Hello and welcome back to Loop-de-Loo Crochet. I'm Lulu and today we're going to be making a beaded Christmas ornament. For today's project you'll need some Aunt Lydia's number 10 crochet thread or whichever brand that you prefer. You'll need 36 6/0 glass beads. You'll need a 1.75 millimeter crochet hook, a needle that you can thread the beads onto the yarn with, and some scissors. Today's pattern is called Beaded Christmas Tree Ornament by Loop-de-Loo Crochet, and you'll be able to find it on Ravelry.com. I have pre-strung our 36 beads onto the thread. I'm going to push them down. Leaving a long tail that's going to be pulled through the full tree at the end. For the hanger, we're going to loosely chain 14. Now you're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And single crochet all the way down the row. Now we're going to chain one and turn. Now we're going to single crochet into the first stitch. Then we're going to pull up a bead and single crochet. We're going to pull up another bead. And single crochet. We're going to continue like this across the row. We need 11 beads on the first row, so we need one more. Then you're going to single crochet into that last stitch of the row. Going to chain one and turn. To start the next row, we're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together. So you go into the first stitch and you pull up a loop, go into the second stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Then we're going to single crochet in every stitch across until there are 2 stitches remaining. Now there are 2 stitches remaining. We're going to single crochet 2 together. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're on the back side again, so this is going to be another beading row. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to pull up a bead and single crochet into the next stitch. We're going to do this until we have 9 beads single crocheted on this row. Now you can see we have crocheted our 9th bead into the row, and you're going to single crochet the last stitch. Going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to single crochet 2 together. So go into the first stitch and pull up a loop, go into the second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then we're going to crochet until we have 2 stitches remaining. And you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull up a loop into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through all 3, chain 1 and turn. Going to single crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to continue like we have the past several rows. We're just going to do 7 bead stitches on this row. So pull up a bead, single crochet into the next stitch until you have 7 beads. And you go into single crochet into the last stitch. You're going to chain 1 and turn. Going to single crochet 2 together. Single crochet across until there are 2 stitches remaining. And single crochet 2 together. Chain 1 and turn. Single crochet the first stitch. We're going to have 5 beads on this row. So pull up a bead, single crochet into the next stitch. Pull up a bead. Single crochet into the next stitch. Pull up a bead. Single crochet into the next stitch. And single crochet into the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Single crochet 2 together. Single crochet until there are 2 stitches remaining. And single crochet 2 together. Chain 1 and turn, single crochet into the first stitch. We'll have 3 beads on this row. Pull up a bead and single crochet. Pull up a bead and single crochet. And pull up a bead and single crochet. Single crochet into the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to single crochet 2 together. Single crochet and single crochet 2 together. Chain 1 and turn. We're going to single crochet, we're going to pull up our last bead, we're going to single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet the last stitch. We're going to chain 1, we're going to turn, and we're going to single crochet 3 together. going to go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, go into the second stitch and pull up a loop, and go into the last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all the loops on the hook. Now we're going to go with the edging. You can either use the same color yarn or you can use a contrasting color yarn. I'm going to continue with the same color yarn. So I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to turn the work. I'm going to single crochet into this side of this first or last decrease row. Then I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to slip stitch into the back bump of the third chain from the hook, which is our first chain. To make a picot. And then I'm going to single crochet into the side of this beaded row. I'm going to do it again. We're going to single crochet into the decrease row. We're going to chain 3. Going to slip stitch into that back bump of the chain. Then we're going to single crochet into the beaded row. Let's try that again. Again, single crochet into the decrease row, chain 3, slip stitch into the back bump of that first chain, and then single crochet back to the beaded row. Single crochet, we'll make our picot. And one last time. Single crochet into the side of the decrease row, chain 3, slip stitch into the back bump of that first chain, and then single crochet into the side of that first beaded row. Now you have the 6 little picots on the side of the Christmas tree. Now we're back to the beginning. We're going to single crochet into the first stitch of that starting chain. We're going to ignore our tail because we're going to use that later. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. We're going to continue in this fashion across the bottom. And we're going to single crochet into the last stitch instead of slip stitching. Now we're going to make our picots going back up the tree. Okay, to get started on these picots on the way up the tree, we're going to chain 1. We're going to single crochet into the first beaded row. We're going to chain 3. We're going to make our slip stitch into the back bump of that first chain. And then we're going to single crochet into the solid row, which is our decrease row. Now we're going to single crochet into that beaded row again, chain 3, and make our picot into that back bump. And continue your way up the tree. can see we have 6 picots on both sides of the tree. Now we're going to slip stitch into the top of the tree. We're going to chain 3, make a picot, and slip stitch again. Now you can cut the yarn. And pull through. Weave this in through the back. And I like to come up through the very top middle of the stitch. And I'm going to weave this end through the side. I'm going to bring it out through the top stitch as well. And tie a simple knot. Trim the ends. And I think it needs a little bow. Trim the ends. And now we have our completed Christmas tree ornament. Again, you can get the full pattern on Ravelry.com. Look for Beaded Christmas Tree Ornament by Loop de Loo. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. Merry Christmas!